All right, well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning show. It is Friday, where we're partying here in the studio, except for we don't have any wine. I'm not going to let her live that down. No, our friends from Merry Family Winery are over to the side here, and they didn't bring any samples, so we're very upset about that. But no, it's okay. It's probably a little early in the morning for that.
I would say so.
Yeah, I would say you're right. If that were the case, we might all need some other help from Holzer. Besides what we're going to talk about. But no, we have Dr. Kaitlin how do I say it? Van Holzer.
Mm-hmm.
Whew, that's a mouthful.
It can be.
Yeah. Dr. Kaitlin, and you were here last year to talk about the skin cancer screening. I can't believe it's been a year already.
I know, it's crazy. But I am loving the spring weather. So this is like one of my favorite events every year because it brings on the spring.
Absolutely. And yeah, that sounds good. I like the way you're thinking.
Yeah.
So tell us, how's your year been? You were here a year ago.
Yeah, so my year's been wonderful. I got engaged. So
congratulations!
Yeah, I'm getting married in June. So that's what I've been spending the last year doing. So.
How fun!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And so do we get to keep you around here?
Yeah, actually, so I'll be graduating in June,
okay.
At the end of June, and I will be working as a hospitalist over at Holzer, so working on the inpatient side.
Okay, well, very good. So we get to keep her.
Yeah.
And we like to hear that.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your role at Holzer, and in case people didn't catch you last year, and what you've been up to and what you do there.
Yeah, so I am the chief resident for the family practice or family medicine residency program. So it means I've gone to college and medical school. I'm just finishing up my training in my chosen specialty, which is family medicine. As part of that, I kind of help direct all of the other residents and help with anything that they need and see patients in clinic and Gallipolis, and we kind of are all over the hospital.
Yeah, and as being family medicine, you have your toe in a whole lot of, or hands in a whole lot of different situations. Yes. I would assume.
Yes, absolutely.
Everything from babies on up, and all the different ailments and things. Including allergies, right?
Yes. Allergies has been big the last couple of weeks.
So we were talking, Marley was here the other day, we were talking about allergies and the fact that I saw on the news that, and I know that's not why you're here to talk about it, but I think it's interesting, that allergy seasons now are moving up. They're starting earlier and lasting longer and are much more harsh than they were.
Yep, we've definitely been noticing that allergies have been getting worse.
I wonder what is causing that. We'll blame it on global warming. Yeah. They blame everything else on global warming, right? But so what are since you're not here to talk about that, do you have any tips on this allergy situation? I'm gonna put her on the spot here.
There's a lot of good over-the-counter remedies and just trying to reduce exposure as much as possible.
I heard something the other day about even something as simple as wiping your pets off when they come back inside.
Yep, because a lot of times you'll see that pollen is on their coats and
how does that happen so fast?
It's everywhere.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's really everywhere.
Oh my gosh! So just use some common sense. Take your shoes off, maybe, or wash your clothes.
Yeah, shower after you've been outside mowing, and
cover your hair up. I know, I started doing that, wearing a bandana over my hair and stuff. That way, it doesn't land there. Just a few little helpful tips for you. But you are here to talk about something cool that's happening. Not tomorrow, but next Saturday.
Correct. Yeah, yes. May 3rd.
And that is something that's very, very crucial for all of us to do, and it's a free cancer screening.
Yeah. So, this is a yearly event that the Holzer Family Medicine residents put on every spring.
It. So good.
And it's over at the Holzer Jackson Clinic on Pattonsville.
Up on the hill.
Yep. It's Saturday, May 3rd from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. No appointment is needed, although it is appreciated.
Okay.
But basically all we do is we do a free skin cancer screening. And so that may involve, if you have a specific spot on your skin that you want us to look at that you're worried about, we can do that. We can do a full body exam, just looking for any, abnormal moles, weird spots, anything that might be concerning for a skin cancer or other skin condition. We're not treating anything that during that screening. It's really just a looking, and hey, if we do want to check something out, then we'll make the appropriate referrals.
And that happened to me where I had a spot on my face just recently. Well, you can see the hole there. that was removed because everyone was for sure that it was something else. It ended up being a sunspot.
Yeah.
But it had changed. It had gotten way darker. It was like kind of growing, and everyone in the world thought it was something worse. So God forbid that be the case. Right. But for me, it was like a very pleasant phone call to get that everything wasn't
okay.
Yeah. And I think everyone was shocked, including the dermatologist that called that it wasn't. And that's the best news possible. But we all have spots, whether it be like little moles or whatever, and sometimes you can't see them.
Right. Yeah. There's actually a lot of people who end up with spots like in their scalp that they can't necessarily see, on their backs, on their legs, that they just don't notice.
Sure.
And so going and having a skin screening done at least once a year can be really helpful. And or if you do notice any spots that are changing, growing, they're asymmetric, they have irregular borders, the colors are changing, the size is changing, it's bleeding or bothersome. Like all of those are kind of warning signs.
Again, I guess we should check ourselves all the time, but it's one of those things where, time flies and you just forget, or you don't pay any attention because you see your skin every day.
Right.
And so this is a perfect opportunity and reminder for you all to go get checked out. And it's free.
Yeah, totally free.
So what happens when someone shows up next Saturday? What can they expect?
Yeah, so we'll have door prizes, things like that. So you might win something. You could win something. We'll have some snacks and drinks and things like that. But essentially, you'll check in and you'll. In the waiting room, the nurses will take you back, put you in a room, and then you decide, we can do a full body exam. We can just look at a certain spot. We can just look at a certain area. It's completely up to the patient.
Okay. It seems to me while you're there, you may as well get checked out.
Yeah. It never hurts. It never hurts. And like I said, it's run by the residents, and so you'll see a resident physician. We'll have a lot of med students there helping us out as well.
Cool.
So you'll be seen by a team of a resident and a medical student.
That's awesome.
If we do have anything concerning or abnormal or anything that we just want somebody else to take a look at, we have some good attending physicians who will be there helping us out and can come in and take a look and be like, oh yeah, that is a kind of abnormal, or nah, that's okay, and go on from there.
Yeah, I don't have any concerns. So what if, God forbid, somebody sees something that needs to go further?
Yeah.
What would you do? Or what?
So we would make the appropriate referral to whatever specialty. Family practice can actually do a lot.
Okay.
So we can do biopsies. We can, freeze things off if we need to. Like I said, it won't be done that Saturday, but we can always get you set up with an appointment with the family medicine residents there in Jackson, or anywhere that's, any Holzer location that's closest to you. So that's an option. If we feel that, hey, maybe this is a little outside our scope or a little bit more worrisome, we can refer you to general surgery or dermatology, just kind of depending on the situation.
Yeah, and that's what ended up happening with me with that is my primary care physician said we don't
do much on the face.
We're gonna just go ahead and move you on to a dermatologist, so
Yeah.
that's what ended up happening, and I was fine with that.
Yeah.
And it actually is good. Like,
Yeah.
I would much rather, if you don't feel comfortable doing it, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, faces are a whole different
They're a
situation.
whole different story. Yeah. And I, like, you know, we get, like I said, we get some we do get training in how to, like, remove things, but anything on the face, anything that's going to be seen by a lot of other people, I pass that on to the surgeons.
I can't say as I blame you. Why do I look like this? So there are so many different things, and everybody's case is different.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess you can't really predict if somebody comes in and you find something, what's going to happen to them next.
Right.
But the great thing is, and this is a perfect opportunity too for you to get set up maybe with a primary care physician if you don't have one.
Absolutely.
And there's something concerning there.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and that'll be, you know, and that's one of the questions that we ask people is, hey, do you have a primary care physician? And if not, we'll get you hooked up with one.
You know, and we were just talking with endocrinology the other day. I spit it out. I did good. I was having the hardest time with that the other day with Kristen, and we were talking about getting, you know, at the minimum, just getting that like yearly blood workup done. Yeah. At the minimum.
Yeah.
Or once every 6 months is even better, but at the minimum, and so we all need that family doctor, just if nothing else, to do that.
Yep. Yeah, and just to check in once a year, say, hey, if things are going great, wonderful. See you back next year.
Get out.
Yeah, but there's a lot of like silent things that, like high blood pressure is one of those things that's silent, but can contribute to a lot of health problems down the road. And so getting connected with a primary care physician is important to catch those types of things. So, and that's one thing that we can do at the screening.
Yes, absolutely. So, well, very good. And so, is this for all ages?
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah. That's the wonderful thing about family practice is we see everybody. Yep. Probably, the higher risk people that I recommend everybody to get screened, but definitely some of the higher risk people, people with blonde hair, blue eyes, fair skin. But if you're, in the summertime, if you're prone to burning, definitely somebody that, hey, you should probably come in and get screened.
And I'll be honest, even at my age, which is old now, but we were still a generation of, you didn't wear sunscreen and you put on the baby oil and you went to the city pool. Like, I can't believe that was a thing. Like, why didn't someone say anything? So, I mean, even people my age, I know, are suffering because of that. Because we literally tried to burn ourselves. Like, what were we thinking?
Yeah, and that's where, like, a lot of these skin cancers come from, or, result from sun exposure.
And it could have been 30
ago.
years ago or 40 years ago.
Yeah.
So,
the more sunburns that you have and the more serious that they are, it just increases your risk for developing a skin cancer.
That's right. So please wear the sunscreen.
Yes.
I don't know why that wasn't preached to us way back then, but it's okay. And then don't forget, and I always preach this too, like, gentlemen, if you're out and about, even if you're wearing a hat on your head, your ears are still sticking out.
Get those ears,
the back
get the
of
nose.
Your neck.
Yep.
I'm all the time putting that stuff on my husband. Like, he'll go out to mow. I'm like, get your ears in the back of your neck. He's like, ugh. But I don't care. He'll get over it. But I think a lot of guys that are out, construction or farmers or whatever, tend to maybe have some ear issues and stuff like that.
And we frequently see things on the ears. Truck drivers, the left arm, because they've got their arm up. So if you drive a lot, certainly that's very common that we see. But arms, shoulders, head, neck area, that's where we see a lot of skin cancers develop.
Okay. And the thing is, you think, well, it's your skin. I mean, you can die from skin cancer. Like, it's some serious stuff. Yeah,
you can. So, there's really 3 major types of skin cancer. Okay. So you've got your basal cell and your squamous cell carcinomas. They're still cancer. They're still bad. We still need to get rid of it.
Yes, they need to go bye-bye.
Right. But they're less likely to, metastasize, spread, and grow and become a problem. Usually these are, really easily taken care of. You just cut them out.
Okay.
And then that's that.
Okay.
The big one that we get concerned about is melanoma.
Okay.
So that is, highly malignant. It has a very high risk of spreading to other organs in the body.
There you go.
And
it's on the outside, but it can go in.
It can
inside,
spread.
yes.
And a lot of times if we do find a melanoma, like it's a much more extensive treatment process. Usually at that point, that's when, if we catch it in family practice, like we're referring you to surgery and to dermatology.
Right away.
Yeah, because there's a whole bunch of other things to do with melanoma that don't necessarily have to be done immediately with basal cell and squamous cell.
Okay. And so the whole thing is to catch it early, just like
absolutely.
every other thing in the world is to early detection. But skin cancer should be the easiest thing to detect because it's on the outside.
Yeah.
So this screening is a perfect thing. Where do people go if they go up to the clinic on next Saturday? Where would they check in?
Yep, up on the second floor in family practice.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So, and there's an elevator. So if you have any mobility issues or whatever, super easy to go. And everyone is so nice and friendly. So you can just show up and get checked out.
Absolutely. We look forward to seeing everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. And to make an appointment, it says you can call 740-395-8642. And you can make that appointment. Again, 395-8642, and that's family practice.
Yes. Yeah.
So, and then you can get set up if you don't have your own doc.
Yeah, absolutely. We'd love to see it.
So will you be there on Saturday, next Saturday?
I will not be,
unfortunately.
unfortunately.
No.
Yeah.
She's planning a wedding. No, I'm just kidding.
But I will actually be working up in Columbus and have some things to get ready for. So I won't be, but a whole bunch of my co-residents will be, and everybody will be well taken care of.
Well, very good. We're so excited about that. And thank you for doing this because it's such a good service for the community.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's something that, like I said, the residents love doing. We love getting connected with the community. And it's, it's been going on for a few years now.
Yes.
And it's now, I feel like I always get questions like, hey, are you doing the skin cancer screening this year? So now it's becoming an expectation.
A thing.
So, yes, so we're really excited about it.
Well, very good. Well, is there anything else you want to tell our viewers while you're here?
I don't think so, yeah.
Okay, well, very good. Well, Dr. Kaitlin, we appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And congratulations on everything. Your graduation.
Thank you.
So you're going to graduate and get married all in the same month?
Yep, so...
Have you lost your mind?
I know. And working in Columbus the month before, it's going to be an adventure, but it'll be a fun challenge, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, very good. Well, we're so excited for you, and thank you for taking time out of your day to stop by and see us here. So.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. All right. Well, we have another guest here in the studio, our friends from Merry Family Winery here, and we're going to find out all about that as they've kind of taken over new ownership, and should be an exciting thing to talk about. So we'll be back right after this.
At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
All right, and we are back, and tell everybody who we're talking with today.
So I am Ashley McElwain, and I am one of the new owners of the Merry Family Winery. The co-owner is Gabriella Tucker, who also is my daughter. So it's a mom-daughter duo.
Love that.
Yeah.
And, of course, Merry Family Winery down in Bidwell started kind of in a different location, but ended up at the old grist mill there where Jewel Evans, they did all the mill stuff and all that there in Bidwell. And it's just an absolutely gorgeous location. And the Merry family, Tim and his, I think, wife, started the winery. And I would like to say a few years ago, but it's been more than that.
It has.
That means we're all old.
Yeah, the winery and the original vineyards were actually established in 2000, and then they opened to the public in 2006.
Yes.
So then when they had moved locations, they had also planted additional vines in 2009. So yeah, quite a long history prior to today. So
Absolutely. So tell us, how did you get into? How did you get to the point where you are now the owner of a winery? Other than losing your mind.
Sure, right. Yeah. What were you thinking, middle-aged
What was I
person?
thinking?
Yeah. So actually, it's a little bit of a fun story. So I am actually Tim's second cousin.
Okay.
Him and my dad are first cousins. So it was my 40th birthday, and I had heard about the, family winery. And so I was talking to my husband, and I'm like, listen, let's hop in that slingshot. And, we just got the slingshot, enjoying it. Let's drive down there and check it out and,
let's
and
see this winery thing.
See what it is. How have we not gotten there sooner? So we ended up driving down, and I was like, wow, this is beautiful.
It's gorgeous. Absolutely.
We fell in love with it like the second that we saw it. And so we were just hanging out in the back, enjoying the waterfall. And, Tim comes over and he says, hey, we would love to retire in a few years. We would like family to take it over.
Yeah.
Would you be interested? And I'm like, yeah. Who wants to say no to that?
Right?
It's an amazing opportunity to be able to own and run a winery and make wine.
Yes.
How cool is that? And to keep it in the family.
Yes.
That was
Love
really,
that.
really important. So I immediately called my daughter and I was like, hey, so
I feel like this should be like a made-for-TV movie, like a Hallmark movie or something.
Right, like you just can't. That's what makes it a fun story. Like we could not have made this up ever. And I was like, hey, this opportunity, like, would you want to buy and run this winery with me? And she's like, yes. So, it was a few years in the making.
Sure.
We started making trips down. I tried to go down about every month, but sometimes with schedules, it just, wasn't possible. Mm-hmm. So for the last 3 years, we had been traveling down to hang out, to see things, to learn the wines, which was one of the best parts. You get to try every single wine, right?
So listen, it's R&D, man.
It really was. And one of the things out of many that I loved is I loved many of the wines. Like, there wasn't a bad wine, because how do you sell something you don't really care for?
Correct.
Right? So,
yes.
Believing in the product and what they were doing and loving the scenery and just the people and the atmosphere. It was really just a dream. So.
Well, very good. That is a good story.
Yeah,
you weren't lying about that.
No.
So here's the thing. As someone that, so we have the brewery in town. So as somebody that kind of understands the manufacturing process of things, how challenging was it for you? Were you a wine drinker before? Were you I have no idea, I've got to learn this from scratch? What happened?
Right. So I did enjoy wine. I became much more of a wine drinker now because obviously I was getting into that business. But my daughter really, between the two of us, I do more of like the business piece of it.
Okay.
And she is actually the winemaker.
Uh-huh.
So with her background, she has a background in engineering.
Okay.
So it doesn't sound like it should fit well together.
No, it fits well.
It does.
For sure.
Just because of the processes of how an engineer learns and works. Their winemaking is much a process.
And we've talked about that in beer making, wine making, distilling, all of this. There's so much there. I've never seen anything that's so science and so art all at the same time.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
you have to be able to do both and combine that together.
Yes.
So it's tough.
It is, which I might equate it to kind of like cooking or baking.
But
You know?
way more science.
Yeah, because there is a lot of science behind that. You know, you have kind of your basic steps that you might follow with your basic ingredients, but then you get to add a little bit of flair here and there and see what really works and maybe what didn't work so well and adjust and, I mean, continue your process. But you also get that, you know, potential for really exciting flavors that you could develop, you know, once you have the basics down. So,
Yeah. So now, as if somebody has a lot of people know the Merry Family wines, will you be keeping the same name?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And so will you be changing anything? Will you be adding to? Will you just kind of be continuing on with the same, you know, wines and all of that?
Yes.
Okay.
Is the short of the answer.
All of that.
So our goal really coming into the winery business in the beginning, and we're getting there, is to learn it well.
Yes.
Because I've had a lot of customers ask, like, are you going to do this? Or have you thought about this? And I'm like, yes. However, I want to make sure that we try to do things to the best of our ability. So I and Gabby really wanted to get, like, the people down, the winemaking process down.
Yes.
How does this thing work? Because, you know, the customers get to enjoy the end results, right? At the front of the building in the tasting room, there's a lot of stuff in the background that has to happen
Oh, yeah.
that people don't realize. Like, there's several regulations. There's all kinds of authorities to answer to. There's all kinds of paperwork, like all of those things that people luckily do not have to go through and see.
Trust me, I get it. You know, you're dealing, so, and a lot of people don't know this, you're dealing not only with the state liquor agencies, you have a federal license as well. Correct. Through TTB. And so, I mean, you're talking about dealing with the federal government. It's a situation.
It does. And they are on their own time schedule. And
they are, and they have a really good excuse every time there's a presidential election for some reason. I don't know what it is. We've had to deal with TTB 3 times, and 2 of the 3 have been presidential years, and it's been a nightmare. I don't know why. I don't know. They use it as an excuse. But yes, they work on their own time, and there's nothing you can do about it.
No.
But it's okay. They get there eventually.
They do. I think we've been pretty blessed so far with how everything's gone pretty smoothly, so I will not complain, but yes.
But I feel your pain, sister, yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to continue the wines. We do have some ideas for some different wines. We were just talking last night, but it's kind of, we need to also make sure that we have enough of what we currently produce.
Sure.
Too. So we're restocking and getting our seasonals out, and a lot of people have been asking about some of our seasonals, and we are really trying as fast as we can to get those bottled and get them out. But again, it's a process.
Well, and the process of winemaking is, I think beer probably goes faster sometimes, but you know, you don't, so cooking, you come home from the grocery store and you put ingredients together and you have a meal in an hour or less. Making beer, making wine, you don't just cook it and it's done.
No.
It's a very long process.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people don't understand that as well, is you don't just whip it together and here it is.
Yeah. Our wines take at least 3 weeks, and that's just to get the basic.
Yes.
But there's other things like testing it and seeing where it's at, and you may have to add a little bit of this or that to get it to where you want it. So, yeah, like you said earlier, it's very much as a science and an art form.
It is, and you have to combine both.
Yeah.
Woo. So tell us a little bit about some of the wines. If people aren't familiar with your wines, and then if they can't make it down to the winery itself, I know that you do have some locally here as well.
Yeah, so a little bit of the wine. So we have several varieties. I believe everybody's a wine person. You just have not found the right wine yet.
Correct.
So we have some, probably about 7 or 8 dries, I'm just guesstimating, and then similar semi-sweets, and then we have several varieties of sweets. So right now, seasonally, we had our white diamonds for the last probably month and a half, but it is a sweet white, and it is so delicious. I have not had one person try it that they're like, that's disgusting, and please don't give me another bottle of that. So we have people ask for it by the cases.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we did have our Lucky 7. It was a cherry. It sold out pretty quickly, so I'm hoping to get some of that back into tanks as soon as we can, but it's probably going to be a little while before we can. We're going to be having our berry rosé come out, which is a strawberry.
Oh, that sounds great.
It's so good. I got to sample it the other day. So very, very yummy.
R&D.
Mm-hmm. R&D is like the best. I will tell you that.
Yeah.
Our best seller is our Autumn Black.
Yes.
So that's very popular with a lot of people. And if you're new to wine drinking, I would recommend starting with a sweet.
Yeah.
You know, our most popular, I would say, dry is the Mothman. Like, that brings a lot of people in.
Okay. Well, of course.
You know,
that's
it's the Mothman.
Yeah.
I had a customer come in the other day, and they hadn't, like, they were localish and had never heard of the Mothman. And I was like, how have you never heard of the Mothman?
That's really weird.
So, yeah, we talked a little bit about that. But, and then I would say our most popular semi-sweet currently, a lot of people like Liquid Knowledge.
Okay.
And so, again, and what you can do, if you're not sure maybe what you would like, is do a wine flight.
That's the best way.
It is. So you get 6 samples.
You're not
to try.
committing to anything big.
You're not. And they're like little 1-ounce samples. And so you see what you like. And then you can go from there. So like you said, you're not committing to an entire bottle that you're like, I don't know if I really wanted that or not. Because, you know, we want our customers to love our wine.
Sure.
I mean, we don't want people to have bad experience with it.
And the great thing is, if you are new to wine, a winery is the perfect place to go, you know, because you all are a wealth of knowledge and can help kind of explain the differences and let people sample things and or even get those flights and find out what they like.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what you like if you've never tried it.
Exactly. And I would also encourage people, we were discussing this again with a customer the other day, is that your taste buds will change over time.
Sure.
Like, there's a lot of people that they were never maybe a dry wine drinker, but they've tried it later on in life and was like, oh, okay, I really do enjoy dry wines now. Yeah.
And I've seen that a lot with beer. Like, one of our best friends from high school is like, you're never going to get me to try your beer. And now he comes in and drinks everything. And we don't let him forget about that. I'm like, we're so proud of you. We raised our baby on up, you know, to having a different palate. But yes, we do change over time. And sometimes we get a little more adventurous and, you know. Yeah. And sometimes we're stuck in our ways and don't ever venture out, and that's okay.
That's true.
Too. So tell us about hours and what people can expect if they come into the winery.
Okay. So currently we're open Wednesday through Saturday, 11 to 6.
Okay.
I do have some events like tonight's karaoke where we're open a little bit later because I'm just kind of testing the waters to see, you know, how does karaoke night come over? That's kind of some of the fun adventures of being a new owner is we're trying some new things.
Sure.
Just to see what happens.
Right.
You know? But yeah, 11 to 6, Wednesday through Saturday are our base hours right now.
Okay. And do you have any type of, because I know this is something that people ask, do you have food? Do you have food trucks?
Sure.
What are you doing with that?
So we have the 850 grill. On Fridays and Saturdays, she typically is ready from 11:30 and then runs till 5:30 or until she's sold out.
Okay.
On any given weekend, she's either doing the Southern style barbecue or she's doing pizza. So this weekend,
okay, either
it
way,
is barbecue. Oh, it's so good. It is amazing food. Erica is so sweet, and she has such great hospitality about her. And then she also is very committed to making sure that the customers are so happy with her food. But
Good deal.
One of the benefits is I get to also sample her food.
R&D.
She feeds us, and it is amazing. I've never ever been disappointed with her ever.
Well, very, very good. That's amazing. Now, do you do also private events or anything like that? Because your venue is certainly set up for a beautiful wedding or shower.
Yeah. So we're starting to dabble in that a little
Okay.
bit. I do have a couple of private parties scheduled.
Because that's
right
a whole
now.
other situation to do.
It
that.
is. And I've just kind of told the customers ahead of time, like, listen, I've not done this before.
Yes.
So this is a learning process for us. So
Yes.
and everybody's been very patient and very good with us. So I definitely appreciate it. But yes, that's stuff that we are starting to offer and explore kind of on a limited basis,
Okay.
just because if we're going to do something, I want to do it well.
Yes.
I don't want to, offer way more than what I really can produce. So,
But that doesn't mean, like, even if you have a small group maybe that wanted to come and check the place out, you could certainly do that. Maybe have even a short meeting or something. And
Yeah.
Or, I'm thinking about, like, garden club groups and all of these things. That would be really fun to come
Yes.
visit.
yeah, and we do have some groups that do just come in and hang out. We had some older ladies that wanted to come and play games yesterday, so they came and hung out and played
Love
games
that.
there. I just ask if you have a group, if you could let us know, because Erica always wants to, make sure she has enough food. And
Okay.
we are starting to do a little bit of the charcuterie boards, so then I can make sure that I have stuff to,
Sure.
give to somebody.
So you're prepared.
But yeah, basically, so we're prepared. So, and if people are interested in doing like an event rental, I know Messenger is very convenient, and that's good to get some basic information, but really stopping into the winery
Yes.
and talking with me so I can show you the venue. I can kind of give you a visual of what we can or can't offer, and we have a contract that's pretty detailed, partially because we do have a lot of regulations to answer to
Yes.
that people don't, you wouldn't think of that. So
Right.
it's best just to kind of meet in person to go over everything.
Sure. I totally get what you're saying. How can people, talk about how people can get to you.
Okay, so
It's a giant building that says winery on the side of it. It's kind of hard to miss, but.
It is, but it is a huge building, so we try to stay with, so I can hear the door and stuff go off, and I watch the cameras just to try to keep track, because you can get lost in there.
Oh, yeah.
It really is
Yeah.
a huge space. But anyways, messaging me on Facebook. You can call or text the business phone, which is 740-245-WINE. Easiest number
That's
ever
pretty
to
easy.
remember. Yeah.
That's pretty easy to remember.
Or you can stop in. The only days and times I tell people to try to avoid are Fridays and Saturdays in the afternoon, evening, because usually that's when everybody's coming in, and I just don't have the time to really spend with somebody to
Sure.
sit down and talk, because I'll have customers coming in and out.
I get that.
Yeah.
That makes total sense. Do you have some social media people can visit as well?
Yeah, we have Facebook, which is where I post everything. It's also connected to our Instagram. I started on TikTok a little bit. I haven't had time to do much with TikTok at this point, because there is a lot of work to do for basically just my daughter and I. So
Yes.
TikTok's there a little bit, but yeah, mostly Facebook and then Instagram.
Okay. And is it under Merry Family Winery?
It is.
Okay.
Yep.
Very good. And trying to think, is there anything we haven't covered? You have a list. You did good. You came prepared.
I wrote notes because I wasn't going to remember everything. So events, we have, again, karaoke tonight from 5 to 8. It's our first karaoke. We will see what happens. We will, again, learning experience. So we're hoping people want to come out and just have fun and sing. and just kind of enjoy some time together. And then on May 10th, we have Jesse Crawford coming back. He's amazing. He is amazing. I got to hear him for the first time when he was there. That's a couple weeks ago, and really enjoyed having him there.
Okay.
We have a sip and shop, which Erica at the 850 Grill is heading up. It's going to be May 17th from 12 to 4.
Mother's Day
Yeah.
shopping.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Or just treat yourself shopping.
Yeah. Or just treat yourself shopping.
Yeah.
Very good.
And then we have a paint and sip with the Picasso Princess. It's on May 22nd from 5:30 to 7. And you just have to contact her. That information is on our events along with the rest of these on Facebook. So she is taking pre-registration. I think she set up until the week before.
Okay.
And then we have Haley coming back on June 14th from 3 to 5. And then also July 5th, 4 to 6.
Nice.
So we might have some other things in between, but for now, that is our lineup. And again, everything event-wise is on Facebook, including, I've been telling a lot of customers this, is if you want to know what wines are coming up,
okay.
I post when we have wines back in stock or when we have our seasonal ones come out. Everything I put on Facebook. So
Okay.
as long as you follow us on there, and we're so close to 17,000 followers, so
Get on it.
hey. And we also have our wine tumblers back.
Okay.
So wine tumblers, they're these cute little ones with these cute little lids. You have a variety of colors to pick from. They're $14.99 plus tax, but you can fill them for $7. So it's a great deal.
It is. And then you bring it back with you?
Yeah, you bring it back with you, and we'll refill it for $7.
Love that.
Yeah.
Good idea. All right. Well, is anything else before we let you get back to work and winemaking and business running?
Right. No, I don't think so. I probably really need to get back.
Yeah, we need to get this girl back to work. So, Merry Family Winery in Bidwell. If you're headed toward Gallipolis, you exit there. What is that?
It's the Love's
Rodney
exit.
Pike.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The Rodney Pike, right there at the Love's truck stop, and they're on the left-hand side. It's the ginormous wood building that says winery on it.
Yeah. And you got to come and check out the back patio with the really calm,
Yes.
soothing, beautiful waterfall is my favorite part of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous out there. And you can see the grapevines and all that too. Kind of
Yeah,
cool.
the leaves have started coming out. I took some pictures I want to post, but I was like, oh,
Very
spring is
cool.
here for sure.
Heck yeah. All right. Well, we'll let you get out of here. I think we have a message, and then we'll be back. Thanks for
Hey,
stopping by.
thank
It's
you.
really fun.
Thank you.
From breaking news to heartwarming stories, the Telegram is your ticket to the latest buzz in town.
Read your daily dose of local headlines, sports, and entertainment and more in hand and on paper.
Get a print and digital subscription for only $7.95 per month. Delivered fresh every Wednesday and Saturday.
Visit thetelegramnews.com or call 740-286-3023 today.
Don't just read the news, be a part of it.
Saturday, August 16th is Southern Rock Woodstock in the Gallipolis Fairgrounds. This event will feature 3 decades of original artists and legends, such as Leonard Skinner, 38 Special, and Molly Hatchet. In light of this event, Total Media will be giving away 4 VIP tickets. For a chance to win these exclusive passes, comment your favorite Southern Rock song, and our staff will vote on which one is the best. Good luck, and may the best man rock out.
All right, and we are back on this Friday. Well, our good friend Tanya stopped by.
Hi,
How are ya?
I am great. How are you?
I'm great
Good,
as
good.
well. It's beautiful out, other than maybe some rain, but
I haven't seen outside for a little bit, so
it's okay. One day you'll get there.
yeah, tomorrow I'll get there.
Okay.
So tomorrow I am participating in the Ohio Race for a Reason in Athens as an Athens star.
As a what?
Athens star.
What does that mean?
So they pick celebrities from Athens County to participate in Race for a Reason. I got to choose my reason, and I have been diligently raising funds to support my reason.
Very cool.
Yeah, so I'm in the 3K tomorrow.
Okay.
I start at Peden Stadium and end at Peden Stadium. I believe the race starts at 9. I believe. I'm still waiting on confirmation on that. So my reason for the race is healthy moms, healthy babies.
Okay.
Through Oblinus, Ohio Health
Sure.
Oblinus. So yeah, this is something new for me.
No, I think this is amazing.
Did not know that this was a thing, being a celebrity in Athens.
There you go. Well, congratulations.
Here I am.
Now you are. No, the guys were in the other day talking about Race
Yes.
for a Reason. The cool thing is if you are participating, you get to choose how your entry fee or part of your entry fee, who it goes to help. And they have
Right.
like a plethora of different organizations and
Yep.
charities.
And there's also a
That's so
link so
cool.
you can have people support you while you're at the race
Okay.
by donating a one-time donation. You can set it up however you want.
Okay. So how can people help you?
They can help me by one of two ways. You can go to Ohio Race for a Reason, search the reasons, Ohio Health, Oblinus, Healthy Mom, Healthy Babies. Click that link and it takes you straight to the donation information page, or you can go straight to foundation.ohiohealth.com. And that is the link to the donation page. When you select your donation amount and no amount is too small, then you'll select the designation drop-down box and you will search for Oblinus, Healthy Mom and Babies. So that's what I chose.
Good for you.
My daughter and my daughter-in-law both work in the health-related field, both
Yes.
in labor and delivery. So it's pretty cool that they get to help moms and babies through the pre, during, and after part of the birthing process.
Fun.
So Ashton just received her pinning day before yesterday. She's officially an RN. She'll take her test soon, which is exciting. She's such a brainiac when it comes to testing, so she'll have no problem. But she's been wanting to do the labor and delivery nurse for so long now. She is working at Adina and will transfer over into the labor and delivery, I believe, in mid-May.
Okay.
And then my daughter Lydia is a surge tech in labor and delivery. So she gets to help out with the whole process, including the C-section portion, pre, during, and post after delivery. She actually she's at Holzer right now, has been Holzer labor and delivery for about a year. And she was recently extended an offer to go to Adina labor and delivery.
Okay.
So she and Ashton will be working together in labor and delivery at Adina.
How fun.
I know, it's pretty cool. So I just hearing some of the stories over the years, being involved with children's services and as a guardian ad litem for the state, there are just way too many stories of just the unfortunate situations that parents get themselves in for many different reasons.
Yeah.
And the importance of a healthy pregnancy is just not talked about enough.
Sure.
And seeing the process through the eyes of a mom or a child who has been born into a situation that
They didn't ask for.
Right. We can help that through this Healthy Mom and Babies program that is set up through Ohio Health, Oblinus Memorial Hospital, Oblinus Hospital. So
good.
if you feel like you're in the giving mood and you want to throw 10, 15, $200 my way,
3,000.
I don't get to know my total donations until after everything is said and done. So I can't see a running total.
Okay.
My goal is any amount is better than the zero amount. So you can go to the foundation.ohiohealth.org.com. What did I say it was? Let me pull it back up. I've said it so many times I should know. .com. Foundation.ohiohealth.com. Or you can go to Ohio Race for a Reason and search the reasons. My reason is the Ohio Health Oblinus Healthy Moms and Babies.
There you go.
Or just come out and watch me participate in the race. I start at Peden Stadium, end at Peden Stadium. I believe it's around 9 o'clock.
We hope she ends.
I'm not. I am not running. I will be walking this race.
Yes, I get you.
Yeah,
You got this.
I got this. I'm excired.
What are you doing to prepare? You lifting?
I've been doing a lot of couch sitting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been very
feel ya.
helpful. So
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, give this girl a shout out and
Please.
help her raise some money for a very, very good cause
Yes,
and
thank
tomorrow. And this is a really cool event. So, and if you're in Athens, stop by and cheer everybody on that's participating. It's really cool.
Yep, Pure Rock will be in the Jambulance at Peden Stadium before, during, and a little while after the races. It's an all-day event. They have tons of different things going on. If you want to see what kind of events are going on, you can go to the Ohio Race for a Reason website.
Yes.
It's not too late to get involved. You can pick your reason and register tomorrow morning if you want, or you can register still today.
That's right.
So we'll
Very
see you
good.
tomorrow.
All right. Well, thank you for stopping
Thank
by.
you.
And good
Thank
luck.
you. Thanks. I'm excited. I'm excited.
All right. Well, our good friend Pete Wilson is here to do some news. So, do we have another message? Okay. And we'll be right back.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
All right, and we are back with our good friend Pete Wilson. What's going on, buddy?
Okay, well, we do have a big update on the story that's kind of dominated the local headlines the last day or two, and that is the situation involving the hit and run accident down on State Route 93 north of Oak Hill, where a red Dakota pickup truck, Dodge Dakota pickup truck, hit a 2-year-old toddler that, according to the patrol, was in the roadway, and then left the scene.
Yes.
And so, obviously, this is a serious thing.
Yep.
Patrol, the Jackson Post of the Highway Patrol, has been investigating, and just this morning, I received confirmation. This is a developing story. They have found what they believe to be the red pickup truck.
Really?
They would not say where it was found. It's floating around where it was found on social media, different places. So they did not want to say where this was found. This was the latest photo. There was a follow-up surveillance photo. This isn't the one that we showed you the first time. That was in front of Oak Hill High School, I think, is where that was shot.
Yeah.
This was in front of the West Banco location in Oak Hill, I'm pretty sure, because you see the West Banco there. I'm not sure where the camera was, but they believe that this was the same red or maroon Dodge Dakota pickup truck that was in the other photo and that was in the crash, and it was heading southbound on 93. The sergeant who is among those investigating the case, who was good enough to at least tell me that they found the vehicle. Just before we went on the air, they put that out to everybody, but I learned about it about 8 a.m. this morning. They feel that maybe later today there'll be more developments in that case.
Okay.
Right now, they've got what they feel relatively confident that the Dodge Dakota pickup truck they found is the same one that was involved in the hit and run.
Okay.
What they don't have right now is the driver and maybe the owner as well. They'll have to sort out if they, do determine where the owner or driver or both is. Is it the same person, et cetera?
Gotcha.
So that'll be a big thing. So I hope to get more information on that later today after the noon hour. They were definitely working on some leads in that case.
Okay.
So that is the latest there. And, of course, everybody automatically, how is the 2-year-old doing?
Yeah, for sure.
Because, a 2-year-old in pickup trucks,
No.
dangerous situation. The unofficial word we received, but from reliable sources, was that the little 2-year-old boy was in good condition at Nationwide Children's Hospital as of Wednesday morning.
That's fortunate.
I do not know whether the little boy is still in the hospital. I don't know the nature of the injuries. I just heard from a person who knows that the child was in good condition as of Wednesday morning.
Okay, that
So-
we love to hear.
So we will certainly follow up on that. Another evolving story that we want to follow up on was the suspected measles case in Vinton County. Remember, earlier in the week, the Jackson County Health Department received information from the labs, wherever that was, that the 2 suspected cases that were reported last week in Jackson County, both of those tests came back as negative, meaning that it wasn't the measles.
Sure.
Vinton County Health Department reported yesterday that it has received final and certain confirmation that the case in Vinton County, which involved a case at Central Elementary School, that was a negative test result as well, which means of these 3 cases that were reported locally, 2 in Jackson County, 1 in Vinton County, none of them turned out to be the measles.
Good.
So that is good. And once again, the 2 things that come out of this, because I know there was obviously a lot of response to this and alarm.
Sure.
Just because there is a case of suspected measles doesn't mean it automatically is, but it might be, and it needs to be checked out.
For sure.
So, you shouldn't jump to conclusions, but at the same time, you need to protect yourself in any way. If you think you might have the measles or know somebody who might, because of symptoms, particularly that telltale rash that you get when you get the measles, you need to have it checked out. And better yet, if you're not vaccinated, get vaccinated. We've been through that before with a certain thing called COVID.
Yep.
So now we're going to turn to some good news from the sports category. You know how hard it is to throw a perfect game if you're a pitcher.
Yes.
I don't care if you're Sandy Koufax or you're in T-ball. It's hard to do a perfect game. Well, we had 2 young ladies who have already made sports headlines this year throw perfect games this week. Last night, Hannah Potts threw her second perfect game of the season. She has some no-hitters as well. There is Hannah. She did it against the Vinton County Lady Vikings.
Nice.
She is a senior at Wellston. They defeated Vinton County 11-0. She struck out 11 batters. The game only went 5 innings because of the 10-run mercy run rule.
Yep.
She achieved her first perfect game, 12-0 over Valley on March the 26th. That was, I believe, the first week of the season. She has led the Rockets to a 14-1 record. There's even if you don't know sports, you kind of figure this: if the other team doesn't score, you got a good chance to win, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So, she doesn't just throw shutouts; she throws no hitters and she throws perfect games. Now, you got to have some help on the perfect games.
Absolutely.
No errors, because any way that a runner reaches base will spoil the perfect game. Not necessarily the no hitter, but the perfect game. So, congratulations to Hannah
That's
Potts.
awesome.
So we go back down the road here to Jackson. Junior Serenity Taylor threw a perfect game at Myrtle Beach.
Oh, cool.
There she is, right there. That's a picture from the Jackson softball field earlier in the season. But we definitely wanted to show her picture. But Serenity threw a no-hitter in the Ripken Softball Classic last Tuesday in Myrtle Beach. She had 11 strikeouts in what turned out to be a 15-0 mercy rule victory over General Brown High School of Dexter, New York. Now, both our baseball and softball teams from Jackson High School are at Myrtle Beach. I believe they're wrapping up their week-long trip there today. I think there's a doubleheader for the girls softball team and a single game for the baseball team. And you know what? Not only have they gone down to Myrtle Beach, and I'm guessing they worked in a good time,
I'd say
they
so.
haven't lost a game between them.
That's awesome.
So Jackson baseball undefeated. The girls softball team has only lost 2 games this year, both to the same team, Hillsborough, who is a dominant team in the area in the Frontier Athletic Conference as well. All right, we're going to run out of time, but I want to tell you about some things going on this weekend. I'm just going to blurt this stuff out, all right?
Yeah.
Okay, John Pelletier will get me if I don't remind people that the Wellston High School Alumni Committee is having a planning meeting this Sunday. It will be 1 p.m. at the Fellowship Hall of the First Presbyterian Church. If you're involved in the committee or you're going to have a class reunion, they want you to know about it, and they want you to be involved in the alumni activities, which will take place on Saturday, May the 24th. The Jaffe Food Giveaway, we heard about that earlier. I think you've been pitching that a little bit this week.
Yep.
It's Saturday morning. It will be from 8 a.m. to 10 at the Apple Festival building on McCarty Lane across from the side entrance of Walmart. Oak Hill High School and the Oak Hill Boosters will be putting on a spring carnival at Oak Hill High School this Saturday, 7 p.m. There'll be the King and Queen and Prince and Princess. The elementary students are collecting money. They are going to raise enough money, I guarantee you, to help not only the athletes, but also so there will be fireworks in July. So it's all
Yes.
towards a very good cause if
Yes,
you can
it
make it
is.
out at Oak Hill High School. Wellston High School will have a Band-O-Rama, which is a big concert and fundraiser this Saturday from 2 to 6 p.m. at the high school.
Noodle dinner.
Yeah, don't forget about the annual spring parade for the Wellston Recreation. John Darrow, this is his first full year as the recreation director. He knows what he's doing. He'll have it well organized. They will be saluting Make Wellston Beautiful for the 10 years or so that they ran the recreation program when the city was just not in a financial position to do it. So it's always a happy day in Wellston. It kicks off with a parade at 10 o'clock, and then there are activities out at the ball fields, and then they play ball all day.
Awesome.
All right, and also Jesus in the Hills will have a baked steak dinner at the Limerick Grange building out there on Savageville Road.
Okay.
You know, these food pantries and these private nonprofit do-gooders, it doesn't work unless they raise some money to do it. And, you know, for the most part, these people are all volunteers. I'm not sure how Jesus in the Hills work, but they do count on donations to be able to do the things they do. That is a baked steak dinner at the Limerick Grange. It will go from 12 to 3:30 p.m. And when you have a dinner of baked steak, mashed potatoes, gravy, green beans, rolls, a dessert, and a drink, you serve all that up to $12. That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
All right, and also we want to pitch this for Maddie Allman, our good friend, the 4-H agent here in Jackson County. She has a longer title than that, but we know what she does.
Yep.
They're going to have a Camp Community Service Day this Sunday at Cantor's Cave from 12 to 6 p.m. 4-H clubs, parents, campers, supporters of all ages are welcome to come to attend and make the camp a better place and ready the facilities for the upcoming summer camp season.
Sure.
So you can have some fun and do some good work there too.
Yep.
And the MacArthur Fire Department, the largest fire department in Vinton County, they go out, I think, on a lot of the fires in the county because of their central position, the size of the fire department. They're having their annual Veal Dinner fundraiser. I think they do this twice a year, but the spring one will be this Sunday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the MacArthur Firefighters Bingo Hall on High Street in MacArthur. You can
Okay.
get a veal dinner or a veal sandwich for a
Nice.
nominal cost and support the firefighters in all they do.
Love that.
All right, so I know where you're probably going to eat dinner, but, you know, for everybody else, maybe, I'm just giving you a lot of ideas.
I love that. Absolutely. All right. Well, very good. And thank you, Pete, for letting us know all the latest and greatest what's going on in our area this weekend. And if you can't find something to do this weekend, I don't know what to tell you.
Right. I don't know what to tell you. You don't have to run off to Columbus or wherever to find
No,
something to do.
definitely not.
Or in this case, be fed.
You got
or
it.
entertained.
Right on. All right. And Monday, Pastor Terry and friends will be here to talk about the National Day of Prayer. So we'll look forward to that as well.
Right.
So,
It's going to be next Thursday. That is the National Day of Prayer. Always the first Thursday of the month. Happens to hit May 1. And this will be exciting. He's going to tell you a little bit of a different format this year.
oh, okay.
All right. So I'll just tease that a little bit.
There you go. All right. Well, have a wonderful weekend, everyone. And we'll see you right back here on Monday. Thank you for tuning in. Bye-bye.
Hello, friends at the Marquee. It's Stevie here. We're looking forward to a great show on Saturday night, bringing you New Frontiers Journey Tribute. We're going to sing all the great Journey songs from your childhood, have a great time. You know, all these great songs. That's just looking forward to this. Ann Wilson.
Wilson, thank you, Ann Wilson.
And Nancy. Where'd you guys come from?
Well, you know, it's not going to be an entire night of Journey. We've got some hard lineup here too.
Really?
Yeah, we've got like Barracuda,
Oh, yeah.
Alone, all the good stuff that you're going to remember.
So great. It's going to be a great show. We hope y'all are going to come and sing with us
And
Saturday night.
And us.
And them. Saturday night, the Marquee Theater. Please be there.
Be there.
Nights we sang a tune, played inside the months of June. Never think of never, let the spin last forever. The summer love will pass the fall, trying to realize it all. Mama says she's working, going up the